Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good shit, man. Listen, I'm about to say this right now. I am completely against Will Ospreay beating Swerve at Wembley. I think that's bullshit to go with something that's so predictable. And yet, Dirty will get criticism for being predictable, and AEW's being blatantly predictable. They literally just did it with Double or Nothing with Mercedes Moné and Willow Nightingale. Everybody knew this was coming, and you went with it. That's just kind of like, what the fuck? It's just kind of like, why they wouldn't swerve us by like, oh damn, Willow beat her? I think that would have made Willow even a bigger star. I don't think that would have hurt Mercedes Moné. I don't think that would have hurt Mercedes Moné at all. I just don't believe it. It wouldn't have hurt her at all. And now I feel like if Swerve beat Will Ospreay, that's not gonna hurt Will Ospreay. It's not. You just gave him the international title. I mean, why do he need to win both titles, bro? Like, what is he, Warrior? Ultimate Warrior? Was he Goldberg? Like, nah, man. And I'm not comparing. I'm not saying he sucks. I like Will Ospreay. I think Will Ospreay's dope as fuck. I'm not saying he don't deserve to be world champ, but not at no damn Wembley, because it's too predictable. Like, come on, dude. You really gonna go with a scenario that's that predictable? Everybody see this coming. Why go with it? And I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't. One thing Swerve is better. What makes him better than Will Ospreay? Swerve, bro. Swerve was just seen with fucking Mayweather at Double or Nothing. He know Mayweather. He know mainstream icons. He knows He know mainstream stars. It, this is one of my biggest questions I got for AEW. Just on this, why AEW don't want to be mainstream? I'm just really wondering why AEW don't want to be mainstream. Seriously, because if Will Ospreay beat Swerve, that's clearly showing y'all do not want to be mainstream. Y'all don't care to be mainstream. That's the case, then get off of TV and just go to a app or something then. Because you're on a big TV channel where many years ago, WWE, arch nemesis WCW, was on this exact same channel. I'm going to tell you, that's why a lot of people's expectations are so high. Because y'all on the same channel that their arch nemesis were on years prior. This is why the expectations are so high. This is why this is what people wanted in 2019. When we first got AEW, we thought and we wanted another mainstream company that actually can compete on that level. And yet, y'all have the money, y'all have the resources, y'all have all the things ECW never had. Y'all got things WCW had. Money and the resources to compete. But it's the booking decisions, is contract decisions that's hurting this place. Mercedes, when they just shitted on the entire women's division, you just shitted on your own women's division by making them clearly show that there are levels. Nobody's on Mercedes Moné's level. When you could have made Willow Nightingale on her level by beating her. It wouldn't have mattered if Willow would have lost the next time they met. At least you would have made her a star in the process. Chris Statlander still could have turned on her, bro. This is my thing with that. This is really about Willow and Swerve and the whole Mercedes Moné situation. You easily still could have turned Chris Statlander heel. You could have had a three-way situation with all three of them. You mean to tell me Chris Statlander beat the most dominant wrestler in AEW's history in Jade Cargill, And she played second fiddle right after that. You made it seem like it's not even a big deal, yet Jade Cargill's in the rival company killing it. You waited for CM Punk to do a shoot interview to ride on the coattails of another person from the rival promotion. Right? You didn't do that with Jade Cargill, which is beyond me. The way you could have did that is making Chris Statlander a dominant figure, not a sideline girl. I'm glad she turned, but like, is this turn actually going to do anything for her? I don't know. Now, see, the women get away with a little bit because AEW's women's division was for a long time pretty cold. So for it to have multiple situations going on, that's good to me, regardless of the outcomes. It's good to me. I just feel like that's bullshit that Mercedes Moné just literally got handed this fucking title over all these girls that have been putting in fucking work. Chris Statlander should easily been in the match, first of all. It should have been a three-way situation or something. It could turn into that. But I doubt it. But it could turn into that. I would if that's me, because I'm like, you shouldn't just forget Chris Statlander when she beat the most dominant wrestler, fuck a female, the most dominant wrestler in AEW's history. The girl lost once to the same person. She lost one time ever. She had a title, her own island, in Jade Cargill. That entire time she was there. Why Chris Statlander is not one of the top girls for beating her? Now she probably about to fuel Willow Nightingale away from the title picture. That's ridiculous. When Mercedes Moné have done nothing to earn that, she didn't have to go through Chris Statlander first. At least she didn't have to win a number contendership match. At least, come on, bro. That ain't cool, man. This is a TNA move, bro. That was a TNA move. Rob Van Dam come over. I love Rob Van Dam. I'm a big mark. But Rob Van Dam come over there, beats Jeff Hardy and AJ in the same night. So you know what that made AJ look like? You couldn't beat a 50% Rob Van Dam. Then he lost that sacrifice that year. So like you made them guys that was originals at the time look like nothing. Like everything you did, all this work you put in meant nothing. That's exactly what you just did with Willow Nightingale. That's exactly what you're about to do with Swerve. Now, Swerve is a different situation. Will Ospreay's not from the WWE. But it's a different scenario, but somewhat the same situation. All this work Swerve has done prior to Will Ospreay being there, getting organically over, all this for nothing? You're about to go with something that's predictable, like completely predictable? Come on now, AEW. You know, I've been watching AEW long enough to know one thing I noticed, AEW don't really like to be predictable. But for y'all to go with, like, clearly predictable scenarios is just wild to me. That's wild to me. You really telling me Will Ospreay should beat Swerve their first meeting? I'm not saying Will Ospreay shouldn't beat Swerve at all. I'm not saying Will Ospreay shouldn't be world champion at all. He definitely should. But, bro, Swerve has ability to have mainstream appeal. Bro, he just was seen with the best boxer pound for pound in history. He's been seen with Rick Ross. He's been seen with Westside. Dude, he has industry connections. Why you don't want this guy to be your champ? He can bring in a whole nother cultural eyes to this product, bro. He can bring in a whole nother level of casuals. Because he relates to a culture that's very popular. Hip-hop. Like, that still doesn't make any sense. Will Ospreay does not have that. Will Ospreay have the hardcore internet fans. That's good. But it's not mainstream level fans, bro. Casuals. That's what you want if you want to get... Bro, Swerve easily, dude, with his connections. Ain't no telling who else this motherfucker know, bro. He knows Mayweather. Why aren't you telling me you don't want this guy? You don't want this guy to be your world champ. Him and Will Ospreay actually should have a feud. They should have a series. That's what really should happen. They should have a series. That's what really should happen. That's what really should happen. They should have a series for the title as a feud. I would love that. The matches, you already know the matches will be fire. But you telling me Swerve has all this fucking mainstream appeal, industry connections. You talk about the viewerships that you could get from this shit off of Swerve's connections. Why aren't we taking advantage of that? The biggest question I'd just like to ask, why in the fucking world, like just why? Why in the world AEW do not want to be mainstream? You can't tell me they do. And if you don't, make it clear that you don't care to be mainstream and just get off of TV then. That will save you the headache. That will save you the hassle. Get off of TV. Because as long as you're on a big channel where the biggest rivalry in WWE's history was on this same channel, people are going to expect WCW. And I'm not talking about the negatives. I'm talking about the WCW atmosphere. That was the only company in this wrestling history that actually competed with WWE, that's actually were beating WWE. So long as you're on that channel, people are going to expect that. People are going to expect another mainstream wrestling company to compete. You are not ECW where you struggled the entire time. It's like, okay, y'all are ECW light. Y'all got a lot of similarities to ECW on a lot of different shit, the renegadeness and a lot of different shit. But dude, ECW had no fucking choice but to be like that. They were struggling since the beginning and the end. Y'all are not struggling. This is why you could give people $10 million a year. $10 million for a whole contract, 4 years, whatever. This is why you could give Okada $4.5 million a year. Y'all got money. And so for y'all to just, it seemed like purposely struggle is just weird. You got the talent. You got so much different shit to compete with WWE, honestly. So much different shit to actually compete. You got the roster to compete. It's nothing absolutely at all wrong with this roster. Nothing. I'm going to ask one more time. And this is for all my AEW tribalists. Do you care if AEW is mainstream or not? I'm serious because I'm confused on you have all these things to be mainstream and you just refuse to do it. Swerve is your door to the mainstream. This fucking dude know who Mayweather is. He's in a picture. He's on film. What are we doing? He's on film shaking hands with fucking Mayweather at a pay-per-view. Why aren't you utilizing that? Look what NXT just did. They just brought in Sexy Red. Mainstream attraction. I'm just like, I don't understand it, bro. Dude, you can have Mayweather in his corner for one of these world title matches. He was in front row seat watching his world title match. You don't want those mainstream eyes. You don't want those casuals that's like, wait a minute, Mayweather is here with this dude? Who's this guy? Mayweather know him? People will watch. People will look at this like, wait a minute. Mayweather knows Swerve? Or who is this Swerve guy? He know Mayweather? People would watch that. I don't know, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment, dislike, all that other good shit. We out.